Hey folks, Owen here again, and Merry Christmas to all. Happy New Year's and all that sort of stuff. Hope Christmas went well. This is battle report number 2 of Nordicon that I'm just getting onto now. Unfortunately, I have been just lazy slash busy slash eating food slash Christmas, etc, etc. So I'm only getting to this sort of stuff now, but I'm going to crack on and we get going. So this is game number 2. I was pulled out of the hat to play Undead Legions, including Nagash. I hadn't played them before. I'd seen a couple of games, but so I was looking forward to playing this game. Alright, the HiFiHut setup. I actually don't have any photographs of Mark Morrow. He was the guy I'm playing his setup, but next couple of slides you'll be able to see who they are and I'll go through the units. But from left to right here, I put Karadian on the very far left, Reaver's then in between himself and another Frost Phoenix. Just wanted to keep everything nice and linear. I need to get up there as quick as I can. Then on the right I have the rest of my stuff, so 2 more units of Reavers. My main guy is on his Phoenix, and then my unit of Archers. He has a hell of a lot of shooting, as you would expect, because they're cheap shooting units. So the best thing I can do, or as far as I thought anyway, is just to keep my Archer unit and my guys right behind here, because it's all just going to be about getting into his face and killing as much as I can, as quick as I can, and hoping that he doesn't raise too much too quick. So that's it, just need to hide these guys and run. So on to HiFiHut turn 1. So that's exactly what I did. I moved Karadian straight up, the Reavers vanguarded and then moved all the way up there, getting ready to charge the side on one of those units. And the Frost Phoenix moves up as well. As you can see, he has just got archers, archers and more archers. But not to be missed out, he also has a Screaming Skull catapult, that strange, what's it called, Bone Giant, or not Bone Giant actually, it's a Higher Titan, and the Casket of Souls, so not so hot. But anywho, let's just go on. So yeah, the other 2 units of Reavers fly up there. One is going to try and go into the side, the other one is just in front, and to be honest, I'm just hoping that just takes a lot of hits and dies. And then I put my general over there. He's in range for quite a lot of shooting, but he's got a 2+ rerollable, and he's got a 4+ ward, and you're going to have to randomise between himself and the Phoenix, and he's winning the Phoenix on a 6, so I think he'll be alright. I need him to either get into a unit with something else, or mainly I think I just need to get rid of that fucking Higher Titan, because that D3 for every casting is a bit of a nuisance. But there you go. So absolutely nothing else happened in my turn. I shot a couple of skeletons, which means absolutely nothing to him. So moving on there, he actually, for some reason, he was quite afraid, and by the end of the game he realizes he shouldn't be that afraid with Nagash because he's pretty strong. But yeah, he moves the casket a bit to the right. I think that the catapult didn't move, and you know what, if I had a chance I probably should have charged that fucking thing, although it doesn't do too much anyway. So he moves everything to the left hand side, really. Everything just sidesteps. And these units just move on, plan to get a couple of shots off. And I think from the shooting phase of those 2 units, they shoot the Frost Phoenix and take 2 wounds off them. I think this includes the shooting phase as well. So that's it. Then in his magic phase, he brings up, I think he's a Lich Priest. I'm not so hot on these units, so Lich Priest we'll say. But nothing else gets through, which is good. And then on to more shooting by these guys, and I think he opens up with 1 unit and kills 2 or 3, and then use the other unit to mill into the rest of them so they're all dead. But they've done their job. So HiFiHut turn 2, and all I do is just charge everything. Now again, the pictures in this battle are kind of fragmented together because I was playing someone I didn't really know, and because it was kind of hectic and stuff playing a battle and trying to record stuff, so it's kind of weird for me anyway. But anyway, on to the rest of it. So these guys go into the side of this unit and they kill loads, nothing gets back, and they crumble quite a bit, but there's 2 left, so I didn't get to charge into the side of Karadian's combat. Karadian then charges into that unit, and the other Frost Phoenix goes into those guys. Again, more charges over here. The one failed charge that I had was my general, who I wanted to get into the front of that skeleton unit there. I was hopefully going to put him in on the left hand side. Maybe if we somehow killed enough, we would do an overrun onto the Higher Titan. But anyway, it didn't work, so those Reavers are in the side. That'd be alright. And then the combat phase. So what happens? Well, we've seen the Reavers on the left hand side. So the Karadian and his mate kill pretty much everything but leave 1 guy left, so no overrun into the combat for me. And what happened here is that the Frost Phoenix did a serious amount of damage, really, a lot more than I expected. But he was able to reform. So he reformed like this to block my Frost Phoenix going. Actually, sure, he won't overrun now anyway. That doesn't really matter. But he's reformed anyway, and I should be able to get 2 of them in a couple of turns. Then over here, the slightly horrible blur picture, so we'll get off it pretty quick. I lose a couple of guys. I kill his weird little sorcerer guy who was there. I'm not sure what he is. I think he was a Lich Priest as well. And then a couple more crumble. Actually, you know what? I don't think a couple more should have crumbled because Nagash has -2 to crumble. I think he actually took an extra one out by mistake. Or maybe that was from shooting the previous turn. Probably was. But on to Undead Turn 2, and this is a combination of the movement and the magic phase, where the Higher Titan and Nagash wander across like so. I think he actually shouldn't have moved Nagash over there, because there wouldn't have been room to move around the Higher Titan. Anyway, as I said, this is like 2 months ago, so it doesn't really matter. The 2 he has there actually is he took 2 paradise from his last phase and he kept them in his feckin' staff, so now he's going to have a lot more in this one. Which he did because he raised a unit of 30 ghouls, which is never going to be any fun for me. But he's just protecting himself because he doesn't want me getting into him. He's pretty afraid of my guys attacking him from Nagash for some reason. But I think Nagash is just is tough enough as it is, you know. He's a decent armor save, he's ward save, a lot of wounds, and when he hits you, he's going to do a lot of hits. But anyway, there you go. Over this side, my Reavers I think kill a couple, and then he reforms. Then the left hand side of combat, my guys kill these guys, but it's the second round of combat, so we cannot overrun. So we get ready to do a charge in the next turn. In the meantime, Karadian destroys that single guy, and my Frost Phoenix does a few more wounds. Good stuff. I have turn 3. As you can see, the bunker unit does absolutely nothing in this game because he wanted to hide. But they are coming around the side now to get in range of spells because most of his guys are in combat. So I decided to charge my Reavers into the ghouls just to hold them in place. He's only going to get a couple of attacks on me, 3 attacks. Do 2 attacks each? I think they might have 2 attacks each. Well, whatever they do, I mean, we'll be okay for a while. Then Caradrian goes into that unit to help the Frost Phoenix destroy the 2 of those. And then my general finally decides to get into combat, and he goes in with this unit here. I'm just wanting to be. I should be able to get these down in a turn or 2 with stomps and attacks and all sorts of stuff. So he should be good. I use, you can't see it, but my unit is just right behind the hill there, and my BSB has his Kane's Ring of Fury, so I use it just to pop this guy, get him away. He was having it, the last time he channeled, he actually used his channel from this guy and got a 6, so I can't be having that. So combat phase over here then, and he actually gets a wound on my Frost Phoenix, which is quite good for him. I think we kill quite a few though, and he crumbles by a bit, so that's alright. Then over here in the ghouls squad, we lose a guy. We kill 4 ghouls though, which is quite good. I think we had killed, kill 4 ghouls, and then he didn't crumble at all, so just 4 ghouls. Meanwhile, the 2 lads over here destroy the entire unit, which is great. Unfortunately, it is his turn next, so I won't get a chance to charge into the Higher Titan. And actually, I wouldn't be able to anyway because he hasn't blocked. But anyway, at least we get to do something. I don't think I reformed though with Karadian, which was a slight mistake. I should have done a bit of a better reform. Yeah, mistake by my part. Anyway, Undead Turn 3, which means he does a fucking crab all the way across again. And that's it, nothing else. Magic phase has him creating a new unit of a Banshee and 2 Cairn Wraiths. And me having 0 magical attacks means that we are in fucking trouble here, because I don't know what we're going to do now, to be honest. I don't know if I'm able to get out of the way of these guys. I don't think I am. So well, sure, we'll see how it happens, won't we? Anyway, the combat over here goes on, and these, you know what, these Reavers are doing great stuff. You only lose 1 guy, kill a few more. He reforms just to get a few more ranks for his next one, but things are looking good. So Undead, more combat, and we destroy that unit, which is great. As you can see, Mark is lifting them all out there, and I reform then and get ready to charge around next, which is great actually because it's my turn. So I have turn 4, and mistake number 1 of a series of, well, Mistake, I suppose you call them errors if you're into serious play. I'm just more for having fights and stuff, which is probably not the way to fucking play this game, to be honest. Especially when you go to a tournament, you should probably be trying to play as if you're playing a tournament. But I decided to charge my Frost Phoenix into these guys, which was a horrendous mistake. The best thing would have been to move him around to get a nice charge, hopefully next turn, on that higher Titan by somebody. Either him, the general, who I've moved up there and who has a nice charge view, who I probably should have moved further if I could have, and then Caradrian, who I have put too far forward and in an arc because I was lazy, and because Mark kept running away, I got pretty confident that I'd be able to kill that guy. But yeah, so mistake number one, and then the Reavers over that side go into the Skull Catapult. I think it's just straight on to combat because I've fucking nothing else going on. So, or maybe it's just another photograph. I think it's just another lovely photograph. As you can see, it looks pretty nice. Yeah, there's the combat. So, Screaming Skull Catapult, if you can say that quick, is gone, and that's not too bad. I mean, we've killed quite a lot of stuff here. I mean, apart from Nagash, nearly everything he actually had at the start was dead. So, we're doing quite well. So Undead Turn then, and unfortunately, he charges me with these guys. For some reason, I either forgot or I don't know why. Maybe I should have charged him, had +1 combat res, or did something to try and get the fuck out of his arc or something like that. But I don't think I was able to, and I ended up just either forgetting about it or leaving it. Probably forgetting about it, because at this stage, I think I had about 4 beers, 5 beers. I think I was getting a bit lazy in my brain, seeing as I actually don't drink at all. 5 beers is quite a lot. But anyway, they get charged in, so not so hot. Again for charges, Nagash charges into Caradrian, and I held. I probably should have fled. But again, I was kind of hyped up and I went, oh yeah, battles, this will be great. I should be able to take this guy down. We'll see about that. Then the Bone Giant just flies over there. I think he's out of my reach of my general. I'm not too sure. But again, I haven't moved my general far enough, so not so good. Then on the right-hand side, you can see the Frost Phoenix has taken 2 wounds. I think that's from the last battle. Maybe it's not from the last battle. I have a Reaver dead over there as well. Then Nagash decides to summon some stuff, which is everything that he has lost. So he summons 50 skeleton archers to go ahead of his whatever higher Titan. So I can't charge that guy. And actually that was from the last turn. So this turn my Phoenix gets poisoned to death and I lose another Reaver. That's not good. So as far as I remember here, I was broken in combat. I lost. Caradrian is not dead. Or else Caradrian was killed. One or the other. Either Caradrian was killed or not. I think Caradrian was killed. And we fled, obviously. Monster reaction was fine, but we fled. And he went to catch me. He didn't catch me. The one there is we actually got a wound through. D3 wounds. I rolled a 1. Of course I rolled a 1. But unfortunate. There you go. What can you do? So the combat over here obviously goes quite badly. We lose 6 guys, which means we are testing. Actually, no, we're stubborn. We're stubborn 8, or sorry, stubborn 9, and with a reroll. But that we failed that, unfortunately, and we run. He catches me, and we all die. So that's disastrous. So high off turn 5, these guys have actually charged over. That's a dead unit, by the way. They're just in the way. Mark never moved them. So I charged straight into the Screaming Skull. Oh, not the Screaming Skull. That's gone. The Casket of Souls. Which I think we got down. It's either down to 1 wound or has 1 wound left. I think it's down to 1 wound. We lose a guy. Then over here, we rallied on my turn. So Undead Turn 5, he charges me again. Again, I probably should have fled, but I didn't. This must mean that Caradrian is still alive, and we lost maybe 1 or 2 wounds off something. I'm not too sure, to be honest with you. So yeah, combat again. And then the combat means we cause a wound, and my Phoenix takes 2. I'm pretty sure Caradrian's dead here. So then high off turn 6 means that another mistake is made. So I think that's 4 or 5 mistakes I've made so far. So the final one is I decide, you know what, I'm going to see what I can do. I'm going to try and kill this guy. I think I should be able to save my Phoenix and kill this guy. So General goes in. And the General dies. And also, in the Undead Turn 6, this one dies as well. And then I roll a 1, as you can see, for my General, and he goes and disappears. So So from what went to being a pretty even kind of game, I lost next to, I'd say, 1,000 points in the space of my turn 6 and his turn 6. And I blame that on being an idiot and alcohol. I'd say alcohol. Yeah, yeah. It's not me being an idiot. Well, it's me being not really an interested, sitting around kind of Warhammer person. I had quite a lot of fun just charging in and trying to kill this guy. But I mean, with 4+ ward saves, I had done 3 or 4 wounds with each of these guys, and he ward saved everything. So I mean, when the ward saves work, it just works. There you go. Boom, that's the end of the game. I had a lot of fun playing that game. We had some chats, had a bit of fun, a bit of slagging, a bit of beer, a lot of fighting, a lot of dying on my part and his part as well. We did kill quite a bit of stuff. And actually, I have the sheet here, and I will just hit this button and just declare the loss. It was an 18-2 to the Undead. My victory points were 825 because I got all the bits and pieces. Apart from his bone, or sorry, Hyrule Titan, fucking Hyrule Titan. And my opponent got 2,090, which means he pretty much got absolutely everything. Funny enough, in that last turn, I lost nearly 1,000. Actually, I lost over 1,000 points, and that probably would have had it very, very close to maybe another 8-2, 8-12, maybe 9-11, maybe 9-11. But anyway, who cares? It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed playing it, and I was looking forward to playing Nagash. I finished painting him. He looks good. I'm just going to do the base. And I think that, well, as some people seem to say, if Nagash is allowed to raise stuff that is worth points, he would be less potent. But I would find that if that happened, he would be fucking useless, because 1,000 points and then everything you raise costs points. It doesn't really make him any good. I don't think. I mean, obviously he's good, but if that's going to give up so many points, I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, the whole point in raising stuff is that it's free, and that's the good thing about it. You can't really have it costing any points. Maybe half points might be alright. Full points, no, wouldn't make any sense. You wouldn't see Nagash, you wouldn't see the Lore of Death. Bullshit. But there you go. Had a good game, and hopefully we get onto the game 3 very soon. So thanks for watching and listening and whatever. Have a happy new year if I don't put out a new one before then. And cheerio. Thanks.